In this video guide, I'm going to talk about the pre-outcome evaluation page. And this page is actually utilized in the very first part. If you watch the Define Mastery video, you'll remember that when this part that says Start Here, there's a pre-outcome evaluation. And when I click on that, it actually just brings me to this tab of the pre-outcome evaluation that is part of the journey log. And so one thing that you're going to notice here is that there's some similarities between all the other pages. There's a video guide here that you can click on to watch this video if you need a refresher. There's the character outcome that's listed here, and it gives me a link directly to the development path. The student name, because I'm using a different character outcome at the moment than I did in the other videos, you'll see that it's not linked here, but it usually is linked to the student's Google folder. The mentor team, which is gives me a link to the student's work directly in Pathright. And then you can see the name of this page, pre-evaluation outcome. And I'll just explain this right here. This is also linked to the actual Kairos Master Assessment page. So if you want to see what the actual rubric is for the Master Assessment, you can see that here. It's outlined right there. Okay. So this is going to be primarily for the student, but the mentors also may want to look at this as well so that they can get a sense where the student is at the beginning. And you can see it has, in this case, we're looking at competencies 4, 5, and 6, and it has the competencies here as well as the different objectives that are connected to the competencies. Okay. And so this is really helpful, again, as the student, you as a student are entering a character outcome, just to look at this, and maybe you might not understand it completely, but make an attempt at trying to evaluate where you're at, okay? And to help you understand the rating system, as I mentioned here, we have the formal Kairos Master Assessment rubric here, okay? But we've also included down here a simplified rating system, which kind of sums up the different ratings 1 through 4 and what they mean. And you can go ahead and read what those different ratings are. And just as with the Master Assessment, there's always the 3 areas of content, character, and craft. Okay. So what you want to do is look at these, and this particular one is Bible interpretation. And so integrate the story of the Bible with life and internalize it. Let's say I don't know the Bible very well, and so I'm going to give myself a 1, all right, in the character. Okay. Let's say I really want to know the Bible more. I have a desire to. So maybe I've become a Christian recently, and I just really have a hunger and thirst for knowing God's Word more. So let's say I'm going to give me a 3 in character because I value that and I want to grow in it. So craft, let's say I don't know the Bible very well, and so I don't have a lot of skills of what it means to integrate the story of life. And so I'm going to put a 1 on that. Okay. Now that's not a very high score, but that's okay. You're just at the beginning. And you may write a comment here just for yourself as well as your mentor team who may be looking at this particular document. Say, hey, I'm a fairly new Christian, and although I don't know much of the Bible, I really want to know more, and I don't know really how to study it or what a lot of it means, but this is definitely an area I want to grow in. Okay, so you're going to go through that with each of the sections, and as you go through it, you're going to have a variety of different ratings. Okay, as you can see here, I'm just going to fill in as an example. And so this is just going to give you a sense of where you're at. And once you get this all filled in, you'll just have a general idea of, just by looking at the different colors in particular, especially if there's reds or yellows, that'll just give both you and your mentor team a good sense of where you might want to focus on and where you might need to be putting specifically some extra attention on in regards to what competencies and areas of growth to focus on. Okay, so you're going to want to go ahead and fill all these in, and once you're done, you'll just, like I said, have a very colorful visual of where you're at. And so, and then with comments that, again, these comments are particularly for the students, but if the mentors also want to make a comment, they can make a comment in this section as well. And that's what the pre-outcome evaluation is all about, is to help you just kind of get a realistic picture of where the student is at, you as a student, or from the mentor's perspective, where the student's at as they're starting the character outcome. And so that's an overview of the pre-outcome evaluation sheet.